Hey everybody. So we've got our 2014 Jeep in the garage today, and I was going to do a little bit of maintenance, but I ran into a problem. This Jeep had an accessory aftermarket lock put on the hood because, as probably most of you know, to open the hood you just take these clamps off, the latches, and if it didn't have this accessory aftermarket lock, you just raise the hood up a little bit, there's a latch, slide over, lift the Jeep hood up. Okay, so the problem is, this one is one of the ones that uses the ignition key for your Jeep, and when you install it, you put it in and turn it one time, and then that learns the code of the lock. And this thing has worked good. We've owned this Jeep for over 2 years now, and I've never had an issue. All the times I've done maintenance to it, checked the oil, whatever, it's always unlocked, but it won't now. So what I don't want to do is mess up my ignition key. And I've sprayed penetrating oil in there, and I've also pushed on the latch, pushed on the hood while I'm turning the latch, trying to jiggle it free. And nothing has really worked. You can actually see, watch this. See how it pulls the hood down when you turn it? So I think the key is trying to turn the latch. It's just not doing it. Something's got it jammed up. And there is this American flag grill insert, which is actually starting to rust around where it's cut out for this key. But it is not touching it, so I don't think it has anything to do with why this doesn't work. But what I'm going to do is the only thing I think that I can do. I'm going to drill this out and see if I can get that lock undone. Alrighty, so I know these aftermarket locks are fairly popular, and I've read on the forums that this has happened to other people too, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, what I don't want to do is, I know the radiator's not that far back there. So I think that's probably spun out enough. Let me get a screwdriver and see if this will open. Okay, so I've got a couple of screwdrivers. Let me try the smaller one first. It's turning at least as much as the key did. It's about to work. Okay, let's try something else. Okay, so I'm going to tap this screwdriver in there a little farther. Use a wrench to turn it. Okay, that didn't do anything. Do a little more drilling. When in doubt, drill. Okay. Yeah, like I said, you don't want to go too deep because there is a radiator back there. Do some more tapping. And we'll turn. Well, do a little more drilling. See what it looks like in there. Okay, all the tumblers, looks like to me, are out. Put all that penetrating oil in there and it's smoking. Well, it should open up. Okay, when in doubt, drill it bigger. Okay, we'll see now if anything will open up. Drill it out. Drill it out, drill it out. Well, there's a lot of aftermarket stuff that I like. I can't say these locks are one of them. Okay, now we are in destructo mode. I just went and measured, and I can go about 3 inches. Let's see, about the length of that light before I hit anything important behind this lock. So I'm going to just try to cut this out of there at this point. And this little flag thing, probably gonna get run, but this lock won't be in there anymore, so I'll replace it with one that doesn't have that hole. And if anybody wants to know if I recommend these aftermarket accessory locks, that would be a hard no. I never had any problem with it for 2 years, but when they quit working, they're not good. And this thing is riveted in 4 places inside there. I looked at the instructions on how to install them. Okay, so it can go a bit farther. Ha ha! Yay! Okay, so it just required a little more beating and drilling, but that is now open. And so let me zoom back. I think you can see, yeah. So then you just reach in like normal, slide the thing over. Now then, let me show you. Okay, and I don't know if you can see in there, but nothing I did got past. There we go. That little lock cylinder down there. Okay, so that piece is going to come out of there, though, but it's, you can see that silver piece right there is the little catch, and it's in the unlocked position now. I don't think I can turn it where you can see. The hole's big enough either to film or to light. Not really both. Maybe I can go like this. Okay, that's in the lock position. That's in the unlocked. And like I said, just using a screwdriver to turn that now that there's no more lock in there. So that worked. Wasn't exactly what I planned to do. I was just going to change the oil in this thing. But removing the aftermarket lock turned into a little bit of an ordeal. There will not be one of those aftermarket locks on here in the future. But that is how you open a Jeep hood. Okay, so if somebody's put an aftermarket lock for, you know, so somebody can't steal your battery on a Jeep, if it quits working, that's what you got to do, or what I had to do to get it unlocked. So your mileage may vary. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we do love your comments. Have a good one, y'all. Okay, so now the job at hand is to get that lock out of there, which I know it has these 2 rivets. I think there are 2 rivets down in this area. So what we need to do is take the grill cover off, and these rivets, plastic rivets, oops, I've got an actual tool for this, but just pry them up enough to get your fingers on them and pull them up. So we'll do that. I think there's like 6 of them. Need a little more light over here. Be kind of gentle with those so that you don't tear them up. You don't want your ride looking all raggedy. But the more you pull these things in and out, the more it's going to get damaged. Alrighty, so go ahead and pop these rivets all the way out. Again, I've got a tool made just for these. But that's all they are. Kind of plastic push darts, I think they're called, but almost like a molly bolt. Okay, then with those out, it just lifts out. Okay, there we go. So there is that mess. Get rid of this because we'll be replacing that since it has this big hole in it. Okay, so here is this aftermarket lock, what's left of it. And, well, something got into that, but wasn't me. Anyway, you can see how much room you have behind there when you drill that out. You just don't want to get into, I believe that's your air conditioner coil is back in there. Your radiator's back in there. Probably an oil cooler's back in there. But all we're going to do is drill out these 4 rivets and remove that piece of accessory part that I can't recommend. I've got to plug that. Let's push it down. There we go. We're about cutting those wires. We're hurting them, melting them. But all those hot metal shavings were starting to burn my fingers. Okay, there's one. There's 2. What I'm doing here is just knocking these off there. Well, oh, it's hot. And fingers. Okay, and then 3. And 4. And there is that accessory lock. Like I said, I looked it up. You can buy this lock on Amazon for like $89. It's the way it's designed, you put your ignition key in it, and the first time you turn it, it learns the tumblers for your particular ignition key, and then it locks the hood in addition to the Jeep catches, which don't lock, and it simply slides this in place, keeps you from opening your hood. The problem is, if it ever doesn't turn, you have to break into your own hood. So there's an aftermarket accessory, and I can't really recommend that you do it. Now, if you live in a high crime area and you think your battery's going to get stolen or something else under the hood of your Jeep, you know, might be something to think about. For myself, I don't need it, and I didn't buy it. I bought this Jeep used and it was on there, and I thought it was actually a stock piece like from Jeep, but it's not. It's an aftermarket deal, and probably not a bad design, but again, it just cost me about 2 hours of work. Your miles may vary. Have a good one, y'all. Okay, these push pins have a slot, okay, instead of being totally round, and then these pins have a corresponding slot, and all you do is push them in like that, then they're loose. When you slide them all the way home, it expands this end and holds it in place. So let's put this grill back on. Okay, check it out too. I found my tool for those push darts. Let's try it out. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? So it slides under, and then just pop it up. Watch the camera and do this at the same time. Like I said, you can just use a screwdriver for these, but what the heck? It's got a tool, so there it is. Okay, and then actually, let's see. There you go. Pop these this way out. Okay, you probably don't care about that, so I'll finish this up. Alrighty, so thanks for watching our how to open a locked Jeep hood. And again, that's only if you have one of those aftermarket hood locks, which I definitely don't recommend, but your mileage may vary. Thanks again. See ya.